I consider myself a photographer.
El fotógrafo y videasta húngaro Adam Magyar ha dedicado su trabajo a estudiar el movimiento cotidiano de las grandes ciudades. Fascinado con el tiempo y el espacio, y la forma en que lo percibimos, Magyar ha desarrollado una impactante, original y sugerente obra donde capta las sinergias del hombre y su entorno a través de la creación de una técnica personal.
Every single moment that we miss is going to be missed or wasted forever. So this is probably this is the main drive. I'm not talking about others, I'm mostly talking about myself. Obviously, I don't know about people more than I learned from myself. I'm not less responsible than others in terms of this. I was observing quite a lot in my life because I've been traveling a lot. And this is how it is. And that's what I would like to be happening on the photos and on the videos as well.
En su obra destacan sus impactantes series Stainless, Urban Flow y Squares, donde explora las posibilidades de la fotografía y el video, creando un nuevo discurso visual.
I was doing street photography for a while. And photography, normally, and at least technically, are about one single moment of a time. But I was interested in to capture the continuity and depict the whole thing on one image. So I started to be experimenting with different techniques, and I spent quite a lot of time with the slit scan technology. This is the first camera I built in 2006. I bought a very cheap desktop scanner, take the sensor out, I wrote a software for that and put it behind a camera lens and started capturing life with that. The camera is stationary and it captures just one single line that you see now, which is a so little fraction of space. It's so incomprehensible, it's so small, but once you render those lines next to each other, you receive a still image. It's like our present, but we just don't notice it. It's not a very new technique actually, it was developed in the 1930s for photo finish cameras, so that's what they use since then at Olympic Games and horse races. I traveled to big cities, finding those spots where I could capture this never-ending human flow. This one is, for instance, from New York City. On the horizontal axis, you actually don't see space. So the left side is not left, it's earlier, and the right side is later. So it does not make sense for these people to walk from left to right. So regardless where they were heading originally, on these images they all appear to be heading to the same direction. Actually, they are all walking backwards in time. So on the images, it looks like we are all marching together to the same destiny that we built together. This is actually in Hong Kong. That's a tree in the background. The dark part is the trunk, and the upper part was created by the leaves, moved by the breeze. After the series, I started scanning trains, not because of the trains, I'm not a train spotter, but I realized one summer in New York that right before the train arrives to the station, people posing really nicely, and they're already framed. But it's just a really, really small period of time. But I could scan them. My camera though was not good enough, so I had to get another one. I realized that factories use the same type of cameras for quality checking purposes, and I bought one of those and put a system around it that allowed me to use it as a portable device. I put the whole system together in my backpack. I made an iPhone application to control the camera, so I could work like that. You can see the light is so even. That's because the whole train is happening in front of me. So every single line is hit by the same source of light. So that's why it's so even and chemically clean. I wanted to depict people in this clean carriage and not something that reminds you something wobbly or dirty. And these are just so natural and neutral moments, kind of honest, because people are not posing, although they look like that, but they don't know that they are actually going to happen on these images. And you can also see how much detail the camera can capture, although the whole thing is moving that fast. So I'm kind of always balancing between the lines. And between the motion and between the stills, and looking into between the seconds and between those details. And I wanted to emphasize more the relentlessness of our time. So I started working with videos a few years ago. And I started working with a high-speed video camera. That's just another industrial device that they use. And I keep adding locations. So far I have 6 videos in the series. I'm capturing waiting passengers on the platform from the train.
I've been using this high-speed video camera from Optronus, which is a camera that they make for factories and science. Therefore, I had to make some customizations that I always have to do for all my projects, because I use things that they don't make for photographers. Usually the technical preparation for my series take a couple of months, if not years. I was working on this camera for about 2 years. And with this device, I can expand time in a way, because the train arrives in about 12 seconds on this platform, and on the video, this is expanded to 10 to 12 minutes. I did a video then in Tokyo and in New York, and in Korea, in Seoul, and the latest one I captured in Beijing in China. And I'm going to add a few more locations. But I always try to make all my projects global, because I'm interested in the common in us and not the differences. Yet you see the different characters of the spaces, but I go to urban metropolises, so you see lots of essential human characters besides the characteristics of the locations. I actually didn't change my theme the last many years. I'm just distilling it, trying to distill it, or polish it towards the seed. I'm also looking forward to what it is. And that's why I like to work in situations like this, because we don't take it as part of our life. It's not important. No happening, no event. We try to accelerate. These are in-between times, undefined. Once we got into the situations, we'd start playing drones and stuff to make time passing faster, which is kind of unresponsible.